my starting third baseman for the Ed Whitsons, the fantasy team. He was my first draft choice. And he is the American League MVP. He is Josh Donaldson of the Toronto Blue Jays. How are you, Josh?
Hey, Rich, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks for coming on the show. Couldn't help but notice your comments the other day after you nearly got hit by not one but two pitches, and the guy who got the gate was your manager, Josh. And I'm wondering if you could recreate for the fans who might not have heard your comments afterwards what your thoughts on that subject were.
Well, it's kind of a touchy subject, I guess you could say, in baseball. The game before, there were some words exchanged from one of their staff members off their bench as I was running back to first because they didn't appreciate how I ran to first base. And I took exception to that. If I could go back on it, maybe I would, for the fact that I got ejected from the game because there was a miscommunication there. I guess the umpire thought I was talking to him, and I ended up getting the boot. And my first at-bat the next day, I was coming in a little hot already as the game was starting. Ended up hitting a homer. Kind of gave him a little peek in the dugout just to kind of let him know, like, the players are the ones that are affecting the game, not the coaches. And I just don't feel like it's appropriate for other people from other teams to comment on how I play the game, or because I'm not talking to them or telling them how to run their team, such and such. Took exception to it, and I got two pitches. One almost hit me in the hip, and then one thrown completely behind me. And Phil Hughes is a guy that doesn't really lose too many balls. So you kind of, I knew what was going on. Everybody in the ballpark knew what was going on, and except for the guy behind the home plate who was umpiring the game that day. And first one, go ahead, whatever. Maybe that one got away a little bit. The second one that gets thrown behind me, I just felt that there needed to be some kind of course of action being done there. I don't mind if people want to throw in, whatever. I get thrown in all the time. If one ends up hitting me, still be it. I've been hit several times throughout my career. It is what it is. But with all these other lines that they're putting down for us baseball players, there's no such thing as old school baseball or playing hard baseball anymore. Because you can't slide into second hard anymore. You can't take out catchers. If you do, there's consequences for those actions. And I just felt like on my mind that day was, hey, if balls get thrown around my head or thrown behind my back, fine, that's a choice they made. But there needs to be a consequence to their action. And that was pretty much the basis of where I was coming from right there.
So what was the reaction that you think you've received? Do you think it's been heard by anybody in management or any of your teammates or any other players that you've come across?
Well, I know. Obviously, my teammates and I, we talk about it often because, it happens throughout the course of the year. And, we have some pretty potent bats in our lineup. So anytime guys, the adage around baseball, when guys are getting comfortable in the box, pitchers want to make them uncomfortable. I'm okay with that. When balls start getting thrown up around our head, behind us, this, that, and another, I don't think that's how the game's meant to be played. The game's meant to be played by the pitcher trying to get me out by throwing pitches in and around the strike zone, and me trying to get a hit. Me playing defense, my teammates playing defense, running the bases, such and such. When you start doing stuff like that, now you end up getting, these brawls and stuff that you've seen on TV. And, I don't think anybody, for what I know, baseball players don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. It's hard enough to say. I think Joe Torre said it best when, after we had our thing in Texas, it's hard enough for guys to stay on the field for 162 anyhow, by going out there fighting on the field. And, there's been numerous of career-ending injuries when that stuff happens. if it happens, am I going to run away from it? No. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think it's something that needs to necessarily be in baseball. And if it is going to happen, I think there needs to be a consequence for it.
So, but where is the line here? I'm with Josh Donaldson, the reigning American League MVP from the reigning AL East champion Toronto Blue Jays, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. It seems like your team is in the middle of this fault line of this culture war that's going on between old and new school in Major League Baseball right now, Josh. It's the way it seems to me. And I'm wondering, where is the line of staring into the dugout or running to first base with these unwritten rules that confuse the hell out of fans? Where's the line, Josh?
You know what, Rich? That's a great question. I think, in my point, in my opinion, times when guys get thrown at, it's pretty obvious. Everybody, I mean, as far as playing the game, the guys who are playing the game, and for fans who understand the game too, they understand when a ball is being intentionally thrown at someone or not. If one kind of rides and kind of gets away and clips a guy. The fact of the matter is, you just saw the other day how I believe the most dangerous thing in baseball is stepping in that box. And as you saw the other day, an unfortunate incident with Ryan Vogelsson, who was attempting to bunt. It was 0-2. Do I think he was trying to hit Ryan Vogelsson with the bases loaded 0-2? No. Do people get hit in this game? Yes. The fact of the matter is, I feel like it's pretty obvious when the times that when a ball's thrown behind me and the guy hasn't missed a spot all day, you know that's pretty intentional. And I've been thrown out several times in my career, and there's been a couple times where I didn't necessarily know, and then somebody brought it to my attention. Most of the times, it has been pretty obvious.
So what about
there just needs to be some kind of common sense?
Right. What about the line of what I mean, I guess, is by behavior on the field, where maybe we should just let the bat get flipped and running to first base however you damn well please? Or is there something that needs to be dialed back on that front in your mind, Josh?
Well, I think it's this. My team, if I do something that someone deems as being not playing the game the right way or respecting the game the right way, the people that should be telling me that are people on my own team. I shouldn't be having to get balls whizzed by me, this, that, and another, from people on the other team trying to teach me how to play the game. I know how to play the game. I was doing an interview the other day when somebody was asking me, Bob Nightingale was asking me, do we feel like we're like the bad boys of the Detroit Pistons? No, I don't feel like we're the bad boys like the Detroit Pistons. The fact of the matter is, some perception is reality, and everybody's reality is a little bit different. So when people ask about our team, how would I look at our team? People who enjoy watching us play say that we have personality and that we have enthusiasm to play the game. People who don't necessarily like the way that we play the game say that we're emotional and that we let things get under our skin. No, we don't let things get under our skin, but what we have is we have guys in our clubhouse that when things go what we do not feel is just, we stand up for our teammates. And I think that's the difference between our team and some other teams.
Josh Donaldson joining me here in a couple minutes I have with you left. Next time you play the Rangers, is this thing with Odor closed? Is it a closed book? Are you even, quote unquote? Do you think?
Look, I can't even. To me, it is what it is. If we play them, it's going to be a really long time down the road. That would kind of be something that would have to be addressed there. We have moved on past that point. We're really trying to focus on our team and what we need to do in order to win games, because we're not doing that at the rate that we would like to do it. So we're really just trying to get past that, honestly, Rich. And I don't think, in my personal opinion, I do not think it's a good look for baseball when dudes are going out there and, throwing blows, and whole teams are out there, in a huge scrum, and that's just not. I don't think that's how Major League Baseball wants the game to be played at this point. If they did want that, they would make it. They would make it a rule like hockey, where if a pitcher hits a guy intentionally, hey, you have a choice right there to throw down.
That's right. Drop
with
the
the pitcher.
gloves. Drop the gloves. Drop the bat.
Drop
I guess.
the gloves. Whoever goes down
Right.
first. Whoever goes down first, it's over.
That's right. Well, I've got to.
Nobody else. Nobody else is getting involved.
That's right.
Nobody else is. Throwing haymakers, blindsiding people, tackling people. Hey, if that's what they really want this to be about, make that a rule where it's a pitcher versus a hitter. If a pitcher is feel like it's deemed intentional, let them go.
I like it. I like it. Now, one other suggestion for you before I let you go is if a team starts messing with you, maybe you send Biombo out there. Take Biombo and throw him out there and see how they like
He
it.
looks like he could get after it. He's rebounding like a champ right now, isn't he?
Don't you think? He's waving the finger and everything. Now, how about that? What if you waved your finger at the clubhouse that you just homered against? What if you pulled a Biombo, right? Forget it. Then they would really be on. Think about it.
You know what? This is my personal feel. Certain guys could get away with it,
Yeah.
and certain guys couldn't. I've played in Winter League, Dominican baseball, this, that, and another. I've played with against a guy who's well known down there. This guy's first pitch. This is a great story.
Okay.
I'm playing third base. This guy's first pitch calls a shot, right? Does a fake bunt. And I'm sitting there like, we're about to go. It's about to go down here. Next pitch calls a shot again. It's a 3-hopper to the second baseman, and is like high stepping to first base, talking to our pitcher like, I just missed it, Poppy. I just missed it. I'm like, this guy just hit a 3-hopper. I'm like, we're about to go to fisticuffs right now. And everybody loved it, right? Everybody was like, oh, that was funny. That's hilarious. And then I've seen other times when, a guy does something that doesn't seem that, like it would offend somebody.
Right.
And then now everybody's going crazy about it.
Yeah.
So, it's one of the facts of the matter. Could there be somebody to wave the finger at somebody? I mean, you saw Mickey the other day give a thumbs up to a guy for striking him out, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I felt like if I would give a thumbs up to a guy who just punched me out, somebody might take offense to that. You never know. It's just on how certain people take things.
Everybody's so touchy these days.
Or who's doing it. So it's all a bunch of foggy and gray areas that I think could be cleaned up if it was talked about a little bit and just kind of was addressed. And I'm not saying I don't want the game to be played hard. I want the game to be played hard. I want to be able to slide and take a guy out. I want to be able to have an opportunity to take out the catcher. That. If a guy wants to hit me, so be it. But that's just not the way baseball and how Major League Baseball is allowing the game to be played anymore. In my opinion, it should be addressed.
I'm with you. That's part of the reason why I wanted to have you on this show. Plus, I love chatting with you, Josh. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks for having me. I hope I can turn it up a little bit for you coming up the rest of the season.
Look,
for your fantasy team.
It's a long marathon. Just watch out for those fans that fall out of the stands and hit the tarp, just like last night, too, Josh. Have you ever seen that one before? Is that a new one for you, too?
Yeah, well, that happened the other day. I didn't really know what was going on there for a second.
Yeah, there it goes. Just stuck right in there. And so you just sort of look at showing it right now. You look at the guy and go, wow, did he just disappear?
Well, what was crazy about it was I was running. I didn't know how close I was to the tarp, and I literally, right before I slid, I envisioned my leg getting trapped into that tarp. And then I saw him fall under there, and for a second I paused. I was like, was that me or was that somebody else?
Josh, you take care. Let's chat soon, okay?
All right, guys. Thanks for
You
having me.
bet. There you go. Two-time All-Star, reigning MVP of the American League. Love that guy.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.